gave me this baby gavel, so I had to hit it for y'all. Hello everyone, I'd like to call to order today's meeting of the Greater Dayton RTA Board of Trustees. All that are able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Stanford, if you call the roll, please.
Mr. Lumpkin?
Here.
Ms. White?
Present.
Mr. Fulenkamp?
Here.
Ms. Harrison?
Present.
Ms. Matthews Stetson?
Present.
Ms. Miller?
Present.
Mr. Mullins?
Here.
Mr. Webster?
Here.
Mr. Williamson? We have 8 of 9.
We can declare a quorum, so we can conduct regular business. Moving on to the approval of the consent agenda, Greater Dayton RTA bylaws require that the board approve today's board meeting agenda. The agenda was mailed in advance of today's meeting. Are there any questions or changes to the agenda? With no changes being requested, I declare an approval of the consent agenda. Moving right on to the approval of the April 16th board meeting minutes. Everyone, the minutes have been provided to everyone. Are there any questions? Is there any questions on the minutes? Does anyone require or request a reading of the minutes? Are there any changes or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, and I will go ahead and declare the approval of the April 16th, 2024 board meeting minutes. And we will now move on to committee reports. Ms. Matthews Stetson. Please forgive us, we have to pass this microphone around, so if you can't hear us, let us know, please.
Good afternoon. Are you able to hear? Thank you. The Finance, Personnel, and Planning Committees held a meeting on May 21st, and as a result of the Finance Personnel Committee is recommending 3 action items for the board's consideration. Action item number 2, gate and fence replacement. The purpose of this procurement is to select a contractor to partner with Greater Dayton RTA for the replacement of gates and fencing at the 600 Longworth Street location. This project involves the replacement of 2 slide gates and gate operators at the Perry Street entrance and the Longworth Street exit. The replacement of 2 additional gates in the receiving area, one of which is a manual gate and one will have a gate operator. The removal of the existing fencing and installation of about 162 feet of new fencing. This procurement supports our core value of safety by improving our facilities and providing a secure work environment for RTA employees. This procurement also supports our core value of stewardship by assuring the security of RTA property and assets. Mr. Brown presented this action item at our meeting, and the supporting information is included in today's board package. Staff is available to answer any questions the board may have at this time. Hearing none, based upon the recommendation of the Finance Personnel Committee, I move that the Board of Trustees approve a contract award to Allied Fence Builders in the amount of $386,300 plus a 15% contingency of $57,945 for any unknown cost, totaling $444,245 for the replacement of the gates and fencing at the 600 Longworth Street location.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that action item number 2, gate and fence replacement, be approved. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Action item number 2 is approved.
Thank you very much. Action item number 3, life insurance. The purpose of this procurement is to obtain life insurance coverage for full-time non-union employees, full-time hourly employees represented by the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, and full-time employees represented by the Amalgamated Transit Union. Greater Dayton RTA will purchase term life insurance for all full-time employees, and employees have the option of purchasing additional coverage at their own expense. This is in accordance with our core value stewardship, where we manage our time, talent, and resources efficiently and responsibly. Mr. Palachico presented this action item at our meeting, and the supporting information is included in today's board package. Staff is available to answer any questions the board may have at this time. Hearing none, based upon the recommendation of the Finance Personnel Committee, I move that the Board of Trustees approve a contract award to Hartford Life and Accident Insurance Company for a 3-year period for life insurance with an estimated cost of $128,000, $128,391 per year, for a total cost of $385,172. Annualized estimates are based on the census at the time of the request for proposal release.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that action item number 3, life insurance, be approved. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Action item number 3 is approved.
Thank you very much. Action item number 4, long-term disability insurance. The purpose of this procurement is to obtain coverage for long-term disability insurance for full-time non-union employees, full-time hourly employees represented by AFSCME, and full-time employees represented by the ATU. This project is consistent with RTA's core value, stewardship, where we manage our time, talent, and resources efficiently and responsibly. Mr. Palachico presented this action item at our meeting, and the supporting information is included in today's board package. Staff is available to answer any questions the board may have at this time. Based upon the recommendation of the Finance Personnel Committee, I move that the Board of Trustees approve a contract award to Hartford Life and Accident Insurance Company for a 2-year period for long-term disability insurance at an estimated cost of $235,257, totaling $470,514, plus an option year at an estimated annual cost of $235,257, for a grand total of $705,771.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that action item number 4, long-term disability insurance, be approved. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Action item number 4 is approved.
Thank you very much. Just a couple of other items to mention. The March 2024 financial report, as well as small purchasing information, has been included in today's board package. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Ms. Matthews Stinson. We're going to move along to planning. Mr. Wexler.
Thank you. As Ms. Matthews Stenson mentioned, the Finance, Personnel, and Planning Committees met for a jointly held meeting on May 21st, and we do not have any action items to bring before you. At the meeting, Mr. Brandon Palachico provided a summary document of recent activities going on in the Customer and Business Development Department. Mr. Palachico shared that ridership showed no change in April when compared to 2023. He explained that the most recent service changes at the end of May included expanding services to meet the changing needs of RTA customers. Mr. Palachicchio also shared feedback received at RTA's recent public hearings for proposed fare changes. That concludes my update, and I'm available if there are any additional questions.
Thank you, Mr. Webster. Move on to the Investment Advisory Committee. Mr. Fullcamp. Might be kind, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Investment Advisory Committee met on Thursday, April 18th for an informational financial presentation from Eileen Stanek of the Meter Investments Group. Meter's presentation, along with RTA's investment report, is included in today's board package. The committee is not bringing forth any action items today. Regarding sales tax, year-to-date, December 2023, receipts equal $48.85 million. In comparison, year-to-date December 2022 equaled $48.47 million. This represents an increase of $385,000 or 0.79%. This is an area of concern as that does not keep up with inflation. Mr. Chairman, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Fullcamp. To Bob with the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer's report.
Thank you. I just wanted to share a couple things. I hope you got to see the media we've had over the past couple weeks on the Proudly Serving campaign. We completed our last bus in Huber Heights, and that's been very well received. We also had a nice online article today about our hopes to start the West Connector this fall, and I expect that to actually be in print tomorrow morning. I had the opportunity to meet with the mayor, and I hope I said this right, Monrovia, which is the largest city in Liberia in West Africa. And I gave him a tour of our facilities. They're a sister city of the city of Dayton. And a representative from that city was here about 22 years ago, I believe. Not this mayor, he's a newer mayor, but it was a great visit. And then finally, we were part of the announcement yesterday on the big NATO event that's being planned for next year. RTA has been at the table for the past several months on preliminary planning and will remain at the table throughout the event and will be involved with the transportation. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Bob. Moving along, do we have any old business to share?
I do not.
And we have a request for an executive session today.
I do not.
All right, moving right along then, we will go on to new business, which we do have 2 items of new business. New business item number 1, contract addendum, CEO. The performance evaluation of Mr. Robert E. Brzezinski, Chief Executive Officer of the Greater Dayton Regional Transit Authority, has been reviewed by the Board of Trustees. This review covered a 3-year period of April 1st, 2021 through March 31st, 2024. During this period, Mr. Brzezinski successfully led the agency through unique and challenging times to the full satisfaction of the board. Consequently, the RTA Board of Trustees recommends a lump sum bonus payments as per the attached contract addendum in lieu of COLA merit wage increases for the past 3 years, as well as general lump sum bonus award for the strong, steady leadership of RTA over a contract period. So at this time, I would move that we approve contract addendum for the CEO.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that we approve new business item number 1, contract addendum for the CEO. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. New business item number 1, contract addendum CEO has been approved. New business item number 2 is continued appointment of CEO. Resolution number 2024-6-1, continued appointment of Chief Executive Officer. Whereas the position of Chief Executive Officer, CEO of the Greater Dayton Regional Transit Authority, GDRTA, has been filled by Mr. Brzezinski since April 1st, 2021. And whereas CEO Robert Brzezinski has informed the Board of Trustees of the Greater Dayton RTA of his desire to continue in his position as CEO, as an employee of Greater Dayton RTA, and whereas the Board of Trustees has determined that it is in the best interest of Greater Dayton RTA to retain Robert Brzezinski in the position of Chief Executive Officer. Now therefore, be it resolved that Robert Brzezinski will continue in his appointed as Chief Executive Officer at an annual salary of $257,000, effectively April 1st, 2024. As an officer of the agency, Mr. Brzezinski will serve at the pleasure of the board under conditions and terms established by the attached Chief Executive Officer Employment Agreement. By action of the Board of the Greater Dayton Regional Transit Authority, June 4th, 2024. We'll have to continue the continued appointment. Certification under the duly qualified Secretary Treasurer of the Greater Dayton RTA Regional Transit Authority hereby will certify foregoing as a true and correct copy of a resolution adopted at a legally convened meeting of the Board of Trustees held on June 4th, 2024. So I would like to move that we approve new business item number 2, continued appointment of CEO.
Second.
She jumped, Tom. It's been probably moved. It's been probably moved in second that we approve new business item number 2, continued appointment of CEO. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Congratulations, Bob. Thank you. Job well done. Now we can do applause. I'm sorry, I had an awkward pause as I was turning the page. That is my fault. We will now move on to public comment. We have 4 requests for public comment. Anyone wishing to address the board must speak on their own behalf. After you are recognized to speak, you must come to the lectern if you're able. And if you're physically unable to do so, we will bring a microphone to you. Again, you will have to state your name, your address. After doing so, you have 3 minutes to make your comments. A yellow light will come on with 30 seconds remaining. Ms. Garner will say 30 seconds. When your 3 minutes are up, red light will come on. Ms. Garner will say stop, and at that time, you will stop talking and leave the lectern or surrender the microphone. After comments are made, we will move on with our agenda. So our first person that we have is Sandra Smothers.
Good afternoon. My name is Sandra Smothers. I live at 215 McDaniel Street, apartment 207, McPherson Town. I'm here today to say a few things need to be said. Number 1, y'all just voted me back in for a CEO. I hope he does better this time than what he did the last time. The seniors need their bus back. It's dangerous on Salem Avenue where those seniors have to cross to go to Gordon's Food. Over there is one of the complexes of the 36 complexes that we used to ride at. That bus needs to be put back. All these circular buses, we don't need them. We don't need them. We're not in Chicago, we're not in Dayton, we're not in Chicago, we're not in Columbus, and we're not in Cincinnati. We don't need all those circular buses. Dayton is a small town, and things need to get right around here, because it's about time this house needs to be cleaned out. Because I'm getting sick and tired of seniors, they calling me, telling me they want their bus back. And it needs to be put back, it should have never been took. June of last year was said they were counting carts. Wasn't no carts counted, because everybody carried their carts on the bus to put their groceries in. Whoever said that, or whoever came and told you that, Mr. CEO, they lied. Everybody rode that bus. Even the union president drove it. And it takes a very special driver to drive that senior easy rider. And you need to remember that if you get out of your office and come out and ride with the seniors, you would know. But you didn't come out and ride with us and hung out with us for that week. And the veterans at the GDRTA Center, they complained. They missed their bus. We all got out and communicated Monday through Friday. That was our get out day. But I'm gonna still pray on you. I've already asked God to take care of this situation and bring our bus back. Cause somebody in here, I'm telling you, you need to read Proverbs 37. We don't fret evildoers. It's time for you to get on some TOBA time and take care of these seniors. Have some
30
consideration.
seconds.
It's time for you to get a move on. Cause I'm tired of it. That bus needs to be back on the road. That buses were ordered for the seniors, them 30-footers, and they need to be back out there. Cause they were crowded. Anytime a driver has to call in, ask for a backup bus, you know it's full. So get it together, Mr. CEO, cause I'm gonna be right on your back, praying on your heart. Even while you're sleeping at night, I'm gonna be saying.
Thank you, Ms. Smothers.
Quite well.
I'd just like to reflect that we are the 4th largest metropolitan area in the state of Ohio, and Dayton is the 79th largest metropolitan area in the United States. We as a city might be small in its core, but we are a very large metropolitan area that we have to service with public transit. Next up is Miss Day, Lynetta Day.
My name is Lynetta Day. I stay at 1465 West 3rd Street, apartment 118.
Ms. Day,
Huh?
could you please hold the microphone a little bit close? We were having a little bit of problem hearing you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Want me to say my name and stuff over again?
No, we heard your name. It was fading off. We want to hear all your comments.
Okay. I'm concerned about the senior buses. I've been praying and praying and praying and praying that we get them buses back, because over there where I stay at, everybody be asking me about it. I say, you come to the board meeting, you'll find out. And then with the changes that they got on the buses, like if you don't have the bus pass, they talk about you got to pay regular cash on them. I want to know if that's true. That's it.
Thank you, Ms. Day. Next, we have GDRTA.
Good afternoon, board, members, and all of you all that's in your respective places. I stand as a representative of the clergy.
Name and address.
My name is Ray Kovia. Address is 4746 Germantown Pike,
Thank you.
Dayton, Ohio. I stand as representative of my fellow clergy, as we are tired of having to call the bus route every Sunday or 3 days in advance to get our members to our services. Some of us have buses, yes. Some of us don't. Some of us have to use, as like I do, use my personal vehicle to go pick up my members. The seniors is what we ought to take care of. You are a product of your people. I have heard in this meeting, and it's irritating, that I have heard you all approve almost $4 million in monies that you got all those buses in that hub over there and ain't on the road. Do something or get off the pot, because it's time out for playing. Then you want to give free rides? Stop the free ride. Stop it. The anniversary is the anniversary. I can't celebrate my marriage anniversary for 90 days. I can't celebrate my child's birthday for 90 days. Bus routes stop. You can't go to that gas station or that pump or that diesel thing and say, I would like to get my diesel for 30 days for free because it's my birthday or it's my anniversary. Free rides, holiday rides that you're giving out for free needs to stop. And that bus fare that y'all considering to change will not need to be changed if you stop giving out free rides and you put back in place the 30-some routes that the seniors paying money on the bus. It makes sense. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. You're working on OPM. Anybody know what that is? Now let me help you. OPM is other people's money. You're working on other people's money. They
30
just
seconds.
approved you $250,000 per year. Consider coming out of the office and getting on a bus. Get to know your riders. Get to know their concerns. Get to know a personal relationship with them, because that's your time.
Thank you, Mr. Covia. I would like to reflect that Bob has ridden the bus several times. He is quite frequent on our buses. He may not have been on your bus, but we have several of them. Up next, Kevin Frazier.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kevin Frazier. I reside at 555 Recess Drive. I'm also the president and business agent of ATU Local 1385. First and foremost, congratulations, Rob. You didn't tell me that, but I know you wanted to. But since you guys last seen me, I haven't been here in a while. That's a good reason for that. There's been some movement, so I would like you to know, I don't just come to raise, you know what. I also come to tell you that things seem to be moved in a positive direction. But I have an issue that I've been dealing with, and it's called FMLA. And I understand the burden FMLA can put on a company. But a lot of individuals that apply for FMLA actually do need it. I have an audio that I have in my possession, okay? The audio is 7 minutes long. So I'm not gonna be able to play it and let you listen to it, because I'm only allowed 3 minutes. But I honestly would like to get this audio to the board, because there is something seriously wrong with what's going on in FMLA and RTA. And I think most people that have to deal with that issue are truly aware of it and would like to try to stop it. I have experienced a couple of things and issues over the years dealing with FMLA that really have put a burden on me. And I'll give you one example of an individual that used to use his FMLA a lot. I'm not gonna tell you his name, but I would submit it to you. I won't say it out in public, but I will give it to you. And I can remember the days where I could hear upper management in RTA just talk about this individual as though all he was doing was abusing his FMLA. He ended up going out on long-term disability, and he never made it back. He passed away. He seriously needed that FMLA. And it just burdened the life out of me to think that this sometimes is looked at as an underway commercial. One size does not fit all. I do understand the burden that FMLA puts on all companies, but some individuals actually do need it. And I would like to get this audio to someone or all the members of the board so you can look at it. Thank you and appreciate your time.
Thank you, Mr. Frazier. I think, hey, Brandon, if you could get with him, if we could see if there's a way that he can get the audio so that we can all hear that, please. So we'll get with you after that so we can.
Thank you.
We'll get it and play it at the next committee meeting.
Okay, all right. I think that's it for public comments. So now we move on to board comments. We'll start down with Ms. Miller. Oh, wait.
All right. Yeah, please bring City Rod back.
I just wanted to take this opportunity to congratulate Belinda Matthews Stinson on receiving a 2024 Pillar Awards from the Miami Valley Urban League. well deserved for all the work that you do in our community to make sure minority businesses are advanced. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'd like to just echo Ms. Miller's comment. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'd like to say I've received a lot of honors in my lifetime, but receiving the one from the Urban League was very special. It's very special when you're recognized by your own. And I reflect on my career when I came to Dayton, Ohio with NCR Corporation. The very first board I ever served on was the Dayton Urban League, so that's very special. Thank you very much for the recognition.
Just two things. One, I want to congratulate Bob. And I just want to point out, we hear a lot of comments about the RTA. We listen to a lot of things where we don't always get things right. But I just want to congratulate the team, which is led by Bob, that had a very challenging time through COVID. A transit service that kept moving, that got essential workers like the workers at Premier, who I represent, who needed to get to work. They provided transportation to a lot of our employees that needed to still get to our hospitals. And so that was a very difficult time, and this team kept moving, and so did Bob. And Bob did not take any raises through that time. He just wanted to make sure that the team kept moving and had everything they needed. So I just want to congratulate him and thank him publicly, because this team, with all of some of the negative comments that I sit and listen to in these meetings, this team performs every day through difficult times, and they should be applauded sometimes at these meetings, and they should. And so I'm going to do that today to every person who works for this organization, which is led by Bob. So that's number one. Number two, Brandon, I don't know if you saw in the news, but it appears that there's a developer that purchased Consumer Square in Trotwood. Hallelujah. So you might want to do a little digging to find out who that is. I don't know what he's going to do, but whatever happens, I would assume that there would need to be some transit needs for whatever they're going to do long term. So I just want you to put that on your radar.
I'd just like to also echo the compliments and basically say thank you, good job to that whole side of the table there. Starting with Bob and Belinda, congratulations, well deserved.
Thank you.
Everything's been said, so I don't need to say anything else. But congratulations again, Belinda. And thank you, Bob. It's a team effort. Okay, so I did have something else to say. You know, we do take a lot of, or we do hear a lot about what we do and don't do. Remember that this is a volunteer board, so we don't get compensation for being on the board. I should say monetary compensation, because I do have a spot to park in when I come here. But I just wanted to say thanks again, Bob, and thanks to the board that's sitting here now. And when I'm off of this board, I will continue to give you praise.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you too for the job well done during those trying times. I know I was working in the construction field, and I know how hard it was to get people where they needed to be. And RTA, I thought, performed well, above and beyond what a lot of other groups are doing. So thank you, job well done, and we'll just keep trying to do better every day. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll Bob, I want to say congratulations. I mean, it was a tough and unprecedented time that you led this organization through, so, I want to say thank you and congratulations on your reappointment. Congratulations, Belinda, being recognized by your peers is something that is very near and dear to my heart, so congratulations on that one too, and all the hard work that you do for minority business. We've heard stuff about negative and positive comments. We welcome all the comments because we don't always get things right as a transit authority. But sometimes I don't think people realize the magnitude and the size of this organization. We get lulled into a sense of Dayton being, you know, quote unquote small when it is a very, very large place. It is just thousands of road miles and over 500,000 people that we have to service just in the county. That is no small task, and especially under some of the situations that we've had with COVID and trying to come through that. So our staff and our leadership has done, you know, an exemplary job of that and pulling us through that so that we didn't shut down. There's some places that are in some really, really bad shape, and we were not one of those. So I want to publicly say that, you know, I'm proud to be able to serve on this board as a volunteer, and it has opened my eyes over the last several years as to how much that the RTA does. We provide those free rides. We're also we're a partner in this community. We're not just a money-making organization. We are trying to make sure that when we can do some things for some people, that we do them, so that we're not always going out. We haven't actually had a fare increase in quite some time. And like what Sharon said, Bob didn't take a raise for 3 years. He paused for 3 years. There's not another CEO in the state of Ohio that did that. He did. So we have some very good people that really put this community first. And I don't want that to get lost. And that's not to say that we don't want to hear things that are not going right, because we can't see everything. That being said, I'll be quiet. Our next board meeting is optional, but is scheduled tentatively for July 2nd. With that being said, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Properly moved and second that we adjourn today's meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Meeting is adjourned.